Now, isn't that a beautiful location to play chess? Ladies and gentlemen, it was announced a few hours ago the FIDE candidates for 2026 and the FIDE women's candidates for 2026 will be held in Cyprus for the first time ever. The 2026 FIDE candidates comes to Cyprus. Firstly, a beautiful, beautiful location. The Cap St. George's Hotel and Resort. Obviously, going to be there for the chess. Chess is always generally held near hotels or venues like that. I mean, this photo is just stunning, right? The most important tournament in the World Championship cycle, other than the World Championship, will take place between March 28th and the 16th of April 2026, bringing the event to a new host nation, which I'm super excited for. I love some of the places that chess always goes to, but it's frequent in India and the United States and Canada and some of these other places. Let's go to Cyprus. It looks beautiful. Now, obviously, we're not there to enjoy the scenery, and the players are there for, a serious tournament. FIDE has announced that not only will the FIDE candidates be held there, but for the second time in a year, the FIDE women's candidates will be held at the same time, and they will both be held at that beautiful, beautiful venue. The Cap St. George's Hotel and Resort is a luxury 5-star coastal resort set among olive groves and featuring panoramic sea views. It is one of the most exclusive private compounds on the Mediterranean. That is absolutely great if you're having a fantastic tournament. Can you imagine? You win a chess game, you go out, you look the beautiful beach, you got the sea and the waves. Oh, must be fantastic. And maybe it'll cheer you up if you're not performing so well. The location and the dates of this tournament are carefully planned and considered to provide players with the best possible conditions. Ever since I stepped to Cap St. George, it felt like the right place to host such an important event. Nearly ideal setting not only for players but for fans and media, matched with FIDE efforts to make it an exceptional event, will bring the world a real chess fest. It is not only about a record prize fund, but rather about how the event will be presented to the chess community and wider public, said FIDE CEO Emil Sutovsky, who is quite controversial as of late. Here is the schedule. March 28th will be the opening ceremony. There will be then 4 rounds of play from March 29th to April 1st. April 2nd will be a rest day. Then we will have rounds 5 to 7 before another rest day. Rounds 8 to 10 and then another rest day. Rounds 11, 12, rest day, round 13 and 14. Now, I know the candidates is a really, really long tournament. There are 14 rounds. They are making it significantly longer with the fact that they've got 4 rest days in 14 rounds. I don't get that. I don't understand why you've got to change. Why can't you have 3 rest days? And remember, there still might be tie breaks on the 16th of April, the day of the closing ceremony. So there might still be chess on the 16th of April. Particularly with what we're learning about the tournament. There might still be chess on the 16th of April. I understand it's a grueling tournament for the players. There's less rest days for the FIDE World Cup, which is currently going on, than there is for the candidates. I know it's an important and you want to ensure quality of chess and stuff. But this is kind of what makes some of these events really hard to follow. It's a double round robin of 8 players to determine the challenger for the World Championship. It is being held at a beautiful location, yes, so I'm sure the players are, in a bit of holiday vibes. Do you need to go, it's 20 days. 20 days, it's almost a whole month. Or, not a whole month, 2/3 of a month. The 2 tournaments will be held side by side, the Open and the Women's. The FIDE Candidates Tournament 2026 will bring together the 8 of the world's best players. The format for the Open is the 8 top players. It's a double round robin, time control 120 minutes for the first 40 moves, and then 30 seconds bonus time till the end, or then you get another 30 minutes added till the end of the game. 30 seconds bonus time per move from move 41. If tied for first, rapid and blitz playoff. Winner plays next World Championship match. Simple enough. We're assuming, it seems a pretty safe assumption at this point, that June and Gukesh will still be the world champions, and neither of them are going to give up their title. I am still miffed that there are no tiebreaks for second place. If you're going to allocate the day, just use it. Let the players burn off some energy. Have some blitz games or rapid games or whatever. Have tiebreaks to separate 1 through 8. Because in the odd case that Gukesh or June cannot play their game or do not want to play their World Championship match, we do not want to happen to what happened to Hikaru a few years ago, where he was playing Dingley Ren, and a draw would have been fine to get him, I think, second place or first place or whatever. And he didn't know that second place would be important until he lost, Dingley Ren won, and went on to challenge Yanni Pomnishi. Now you can blame that on Hikaru, not on the system, which is correct. But you should still have a tiebreaks for second place. I'm happy that they've got it for first, because, the way Magnus got to the candidates to play his first World Championship match, if you go look at that final day, it was him and I believe it was, Vladimir Kramnik, who were competing for first place. Magnus was in a bit of an odd situation, but if they both ended up on the same points, which they were both on, going into that final round, Magnus would have won based on tiebreaks. Chess tiebreaks are really, really weird. Now, for most of chess, they're perfectly fine. For super events like this, just play the games out. So that's the time control draw rule. Players are not permitted to agree to a draw before the completion of Black's 40th move. Yes, you can't offer a draw. They can repeat moves. Just by the way, they can repeat moves. So they don't want players to prearrange draws and stuff like that, but they can repeat moves. So prize fund, the minimum prize fund for the events stands at a record 1 million euros. Tiebreaks. In the event of a tie for first place, a playoff will be determined. This is just for the women. Their time control is slightly different. 90 minutes for the first 40 moves, but 30 seconds bonus until the end. And then 30 seconds bonus from move 1. A detailed look at the regulations are here if you want to see them. This is, of course, on the FIDE website, where you can see all of these images and all of the key details. But that's it. The FIDE Candidates is heading to Cyprus, to the Cap St. George's Hotel and Resort, from the 28th of March, when the opening ceremony is held, the first game to be played on the 29th, until the 16th of April, potentially the final day of tiebreaks. But potentially the tournament concludes on the 15th of April after 14 rounds and 4 rest days of chess. I'm super excited for it. Candidates is it is a huge, huge tournament. Let's not take anything away from it. I know people discuss its relevance and whether the World Championship structure should be changed. As a fan, all I can give you is my perspective. I enjoy it so much. I think people don't like it, and there are a lot of ways you can discredit it, but I think it is still a phenomenal structure. I still like the idea of a one-on-one matchup to determine the champion. The Rapid and the Blitz can work in a different way. The Total World Championship will work in a different way. Classical World Champion, I like the one-on-one match. I think it is something you can sell. Like in almost any other combat sport, it's a one-on-one match. It's not a tournament or whatever. You are the champion. You defend your belt against your challenger, who's been determined through a way. They maybe won a lot of matches or whatever, and they now get to fight you, and the two of you fight. The Premier League, there's a league where you've got to play everybody, and then at the end of it, you're the champion. But then you have to defend it the very next year. So it's a mix of both. Maybe the cycle could be sped up. Do you need 8 players in the candidates? Does it need to be every 2 years? Could it be a yearly cycle? That is something that FIDE could look for. I mean, if money talks, it possibly could be, because having a World Championship every 2 years, it used to be longer. It used to be every 3 years or whatever. 3 years, 4 years, and so forth. you're gonna get what we have with the discussion around Gukesh. I've done a video about it, a podcast about it, about Gukesh, and just to talk about him. He's having a good year, reasonably speaking, but because he's the world champion, people are looking at him differently. And because there's been no world championship match, because he's maybe not performed as well as people would expect from the likes of like Magnus Carlsen when he was world champion. We're going off topic. FIDE Candidates 2026, Cap St. George's Hotel and Resort, 28th of March to April 16th, 2026. The FIDE Candidates and the FIDE Women's Candidates to determine the challenges for Gukesh Damaraju and for Ju Win-jun.